The White House and the Republican National Committee respond to the testimony of former Ukraine Ambassador Marie Yovanovitch. One America's Emerald Robinson is at the White House with those reactions.
Day 2 of public impeachment hearings on the Hill, with Ambassador Marie Yovanovitch detailing her abrupt dismissal from her post in Ukraine, as well as her concerns about Trump foreign policy. But the White House countering, saying that all politically appointed ambassadors serve at the pleasure of the president, something Yovanovitch herself had admitted in her closed-door deposition last month, saying, quote, "I understand, everyone understands that I served at the pleasure of the president." The White House also pointed to a December 3, 2008 Washington Post article with the headline, "Obama gives political ambassadors their pink slips," in which the article details the Obama administration's call for all politically appointed ambassadors to vacate their posts by January 20th, Inauguration Day. The White House also noting that the president had released lethal weapon capability to Ukraine in order to counter Russian aggression, whereas the Obama administration had blocked the sale so as not to anger Russia. But Friday's testimony by Yovanovitch was more of an emotional one, the Democrats employing more pathos on Friday with feeling-based questions for the female State Department official, knowing voters are watching. But at the end of the day, the biggest part of this is really that it's a court of public opinion, and it's playing out in the public on every national network. Do you have your finger on the pulse of swing voters and how they're feeling about this?
So this absolutely is about, at the end of the day, what do the American people think? And right now, what we know are Republicans feel the way they feel, Democrats feel the way they feel, and they've felt that way since President Trump was elected. But those core independent voters in the middle, they are fed up with the investigations. We see that. They want Congress to work. We've always hated an obstructionist Congress, and it's really at a height right now. So it's very frustrating to voters.
And it's voters on both sides of the aisle that legislators will ultimately have to answer to, suggests RNC Deputy Communications Director Cassie Smedley.
I hope legislators are paying attention to their constituents, and that goes for Democrats as well. A lot of vulnerable Democrats are in a heap of trouble because they have not been listening to their constituents. And that's, as much as we want all Republicans to, of course, support the president, and we saw that in the House vote, that the Republicans were all supportive, and we feel very confident that we'll see a lot of that in the Senate. It's important that these vulnerable Democrats realize that if they don't work the will of their voters and their constituents, they will be voted out. And we are mobilized, we are energized.
Now, looking ahead to next week, the European Union Ambassador Gordon Sondland is set to testify in public hearings on Wednesday, November 20th. And what both Democrats and Republicans are saying will be the most telling testimony to date. At the White House, Emerald Robinson, One America News.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.